Immediately after I applauded AlphaDream for creating one of the best final bosses in all of video games, we get the game's true final boss in this totally unnecessary and embarrassing showing on the developer's part. It goes beyond implementation incompetence at this point and becomes a true what the fuck are you doing moment, because even the idea of this boss fight makes no bloody sense. Was AlphaDream thinking that the player had such an emotional investment in Bowser's story in this game that they'd be heartbroken without a scene wrapping that up? He got flung out of the story at the end of the Bowser Brothers boss fight and no one gave a shit about where he ended up, much less in the throne room knocked out cold so that any dingus can feed him any food that they want. Considering that this boss fight happens because the brothers find Bowser knocked out and he eats the Elder Shroom mushroom that she transformed into at the end of their earlier fight, It seems that AlphaDream really thought that they needed a wrap-up section for both of the villains to make the game feel complete, and that was absolutely not true. You already had the super ultra climax in the fight from 5 minutes ago. Trying to do more at that point ends up just pissing away goodwill built up in that spectacular super show, especially if it's a misdesigned mess and total missing of the point as the final boss in Shrowser, the powered up version of Bowser mixed with the remnants of the Elder Princess Shroom's life force. At least I can see where AlphaDream was coming with the idea of this boss fight. They thought that it would make this battle super exciting and life-threatening if they didn't allow the player to attack throughout the whole thing. Yet in practice, what that means is that this boss fight is insultingly short and surprisingly easy. Bowser will spam attacks throughout the entire fight, obviously, mostly fireballs, and the player will just have to deflect them in order to hit the Elder Princess's spirit, but what makes the fight tedious is that if the player jumps over Bowser's fire breath, the missed projectiles will just fly directly into Elder Princess's face for high damage, and Bowser will spit around 4 or 5 of these blasts, which have the easiest counterattack throughout the whole game and plenty of time to react. What the player should be worried about is his fireballs, which fly up into the other screen and do hit for high damage and can actually knock out the adults, making them rely on the babies to finish the fight. But at this point, you've learned all the timing and all the counterattacks, so this final showdown is trivial bordering on completely pointless, and just ends up as a neon sign advertising that AlphaDream as a developer can hit as hard as it does miss, just like most of these spin-off artists do.